The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Tries to get a breather with a projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. What are they thinking here? Opts for the throw. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Projectile to try and change the situation. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Knockdown. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. In a dire situation, they can't afford any gets. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Strings it all together. Grabs and throws them away. Knockdown and springs forward with the drive rush. Still scrapping for control of the stage. Oh, burnout triggered. A quick breather, brushes that off and keeps going. Full SA meters on deck, ends the meter. Hoping for a good return. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Get your plates ready. Damage is on the menu. Ooh, what a smart throw. What's next? Gets the counter hit for the win. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Denies that throw attempt. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. What are they thinking here? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Uses the drive rush here to steal their triggers the super and is looking to put this out of reach. Perfect. Takes the round without getting touched. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Player 1 has the meter lead. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Medium kick. Reacts to the throw. Checks him with the projectile. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. Took him to the corner in a flash. Goes for the rush. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong and springs forward with the drive rush. How will they manage their drive gauges? Breaks the block drive rush to keep it going. What's the next move? Experiencing burnout. They're both driveless. This is gonna get messy. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Connects with the throw. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Barely blocks the jump in. This can lead to some big damage. Cross up attack in there. Player 2. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Goes for the throw. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. What are they thinking here? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Takes a trip. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Knockdown. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Gets him. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Parries the projectile. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Springs forward with the drive rush. both fighters planning something? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Will we see a drive in? Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Oh, burnout triggered! It's a good spot to use the super. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. Taking no prisoners. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Throws him down. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Still slugging it out here. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. No good up high. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Throws him to negate the block. Takes a trip. With the life gap open, KO. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Nails the anti-air. Who's going to start things off? Big throws. Player 2 chasing. There's an overdrive shorty. Scrapping it out up close. Player 1 needs to use what the burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 drive rush to keep it going. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Brushes that off and keeps going. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate experiencing burnout. It's a good spot to use the super. Spends it all over super. Not shy one bit about it. Counting on the super to do the job. KO! Player 2. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Blocks the jump in. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Deals some damage with that quick combo. Lots of aggression from both sides. Throws them to negate the block. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Taking stock. Combo with the target combo. Box him with a target combo. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round of KO. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. Who's going to start things off? There's a smart rising tackle. Jumps up. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Doesn't miss a beat. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. They've got burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Think a super art? The super doesn't hit. Player 1 can't. Good decision with that throw. Getting up close and personal. Doesn't touch the throw. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Close range projectile. Who's going to steal this win? Blocks it. This is gonna hurt. Sees the overhead coming. Dangerous range here. Things are very tense as this exchange continues. The overhead denied. Super art to show off what a PhD and fighters can do for you. Spends it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Makes smart use of the game. Drive rush. Forward throw. Laying the pressure on things. Player 1 hits the throw snipe. Mine's coming in for the flatline zone. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Still slugging it out here. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. The jump in is denied. Okay, they trade hits. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Takes a trip. Throws them to negate the block. Drive rush. Gets in their face. Player one will have to fight back here without any drive. Experiencing burnout. Player one is gonna KO. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Immediate jumping. Big bang, Koshosin comes out. Jumps up. Smart play with the throw. The grab misses. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. All right, what's coming up next? Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Uses the gauge or the super. They're not playing around here. Player one is dominating this match. Knockdown and player two KO. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.